Gaming here. So today I'm going to show a Maraudon run on my Warlock level 60. Here I'm using SMDS. It's probably the best spec for doing a solo farm. You can do it with a few other specs, but I feel this is a lot easier. So I've got in part of my rogue character who's level 45 in the dungeon, and I've got one of my other alts to do the reset. Now with my rogue I'm leveling mining and herbalist, and I don't have it in this character. So I found it easier just to bring a rogue in. A rogue you can actually bring in here at lower levels, and I will be bringing a video out to show a secret rogue farming guide to go along with this warlock guide for killing bosses, so that rogues can actually get their mounts for level. Rogues can actually get their mounts for just after level 40. It takes about a 4-hour farm, but on this one we're going to concentrate on killing the 3 bosses. So we're going to be killing Tinkerer, going to be killing Rockrip and Princess. Now these runs can be sold as boosts, so you can charge whatever you want, whatever the going rate is in your server. For myself, I've just been running these solo. So there's various spawn points where Ghost Mushroom appear in this dungeon, and I will go through that in my next video. So stay tuned for that. Avoid these dinos here, and we're just going to move down to this bottom ledge. So the principle is we're just going to dot the boss and run off. This guide can be done, this dungeon can be done as a level 60 fresh warlock. With some greens it could be done naked. I'd recommend a little bit of health just to be able to kill the bosses. Mana and health are not really an issue, so I know a lot of people recommend sacrificing the succubus, but I sacrifice the Voidwalker. What that lets you do is constantly regenerate your health, and then you want to just transfer that to mana wheel. There's a lot of downtime run between the bosses, so this just allows you to regenerate your health more efficiently. So that was an instant shadow bolt. Sometimes I still do get hit with the bombs, but it's not really an issue. I'm regenerating my health. 132 ticks plus the 62 off the Cypher Life. Dotting them down. Getting that shard. So I'm now on 21 shards. And there's about a gold. 2 gold, 64 and 25 copper. Need that. So now we're going to push up to Princess. So just be cautious going up this ramp. There's sometimes a patrol that comes down. There's a patrol. Now I could have ran through there, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So I do recommend that people get the minor speed enchant for their boots. I know every guide on YouTube says the same thing, so I'm just going to add to that. It does cut down your time for running the dungeon. So you'll notice in my toolbar here, next to my health potion, I have a swiftness potion, so that's the secret weapon that I use for avoiding Princess. It can be a little annoying sometimes, so I don't always use them, but if I feel that things are getting a bit heated, then I'll use a potion to run away from her just in case she catches you. She can give you a good hit, you can lose a lot of health. Yes, sometimes you can get killed, but not very often. So it's better to spend a tiny amount on getting princess down. So I don't know how much these are going for in your server, but better to be safe than sorry. So just avoid all the dinosaurs, hug the walls. And once you've done this run a few times, you'll get used to the layout. Done a few runs and it gets pretty easy after a while. So these ads are going back and forward, so we're just going to avoid all these. Now these giants will give you a shard, so if you're running a bit short, you can maybe kill these giants one at a time. Just build your shards up, then get one for the boss. You should be able to stay in here for a few hours if you've got the time. It's a decent farm. It's enough to get your mount, or at least maybe some of the components for the mount. If you've got some alts, it can help there. So I estimate this run by itself, you can probably end up with, it can be 30, possibly up to 50, 60 gold. Really depends how efficient you are. If you're a herbalist and a miner, this can push the farm up quite significantly. So the point is not just to run through as fast as possible. The point is to extract as much out of the dungeon as you can. So here I'm starting with an amulet. Dot up and down. So yes, I don't have doom on my toolbar. It's not used in raids, and I like to make sure I don't hit it by mistake, so I like to manually press it. So some things I do click manually, but the majority of my attacks are bound to my mouse. So here, just dot up and just keep running. So it usually takes about 2 full runs of doom, which are a minute each, to wear Princess down a bit. So the magic number we're looking for is to get up to 20%, then she'll start slowing down. Just keep running. Watch you don't run into the giant, so you have to jump up this little ledge here. And then there's a little tiny pool at the edge, so give a little jump. That can slow you down just a split second. So it's good to bring her around this rock, or else her pathing can be funny, so she can run straight to you. The slowest part of the dungeon is trying to get her to get around this corner here. So there's a slight bend on that wall. So there's an indentation in that wall, so just keep running. And here she's not out of range. Swing your camera around very slightly to see where she is. You can see where she is if you're not sure. So here I can see she's in front of my camera. Swivel around a bit, wee dot, keep running. So we're at 51%. The next curse of doom is due in 25 seconds. And I've just let her get a bit closer. Dust field activates once you go into melee range. So I'm just letting the ticks run. Just checking. So she went round the wrong way there, but she's already started, so just let her run. Put me aside from life.
I can't pass that yet.
Keep running. Another stun. So this boulder is can be really annoying. I've took Orc. Sometimes you can avoid the stun. but most times it hits, so it doesn't really matter if you're a block or something else. Just reapply your thoughts. Once she's about to die, don't put doom on, just use your normal curse. Curse of agony. Watch out for the boulder.
Recharging.
And there's the next shot. So, not bad. So you can also use this for enchantment mats and things like this, but most people at the start will just use the gold. So warlocks do get their mount free, but maybe you've got a second ult where you're also starting off and you maybe just want a bit of extra gold. It's also handy for chance or raid pots. So the best way to do this is to do Tinker, then Princess, and then jump down and do Rock Grip at the end. I've tried a few methods with Rock Grip, and I've tried pulling them from the bridge, I've tried jumping in the water. What I was finding is my pet, no matter how much of a lead time I gave Voidwalker, it was still aggroing. So I don't know if it was my gear or what, but I was always out aggroing the pet. So I've tried pulling Rock Grip, but every single time I either pulls one or two of the ads and it just got really annoying that I was avoiding them. By avoiding them I was only killing 2 bosses, but the dungeon was being completed too fast, and then I would get ported back to my Hearthstone, which is very annoying. So with this method you can afford to spend an extra few minutes killing one of the Hydras, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. That clears a path for Rock Grips so you don't pull the ads for later on. So just let Rock Grip float away. And here we're going to dab the Hydra. Just get into position. So now we're going to just kill the Hydra, get out of the way.
I can't pass that yet.
Resist.
Recharging.
Still harm.
Ready yet.
This is a level 47 elite, no problem for 60 block. You'll still be able to kill me with no gear. I had a few things I crafted rogue. A couple of pieces of red gear from Old Pro, so at the time of this video there's not too much, it's mostly blues. Just transfer my health.
Charging.
Sometimes you can use if you want to speed it up a bit, you can use the swim speed potions. If you're an alchemist and you find these things they're easy to acquire if you've got lots of stock. There may also be a market for selling these if people are using this for this tactic. So there's various herbs around, and then there's a ghost mushroom here, so if you're herbalist this is perfect. As I said, I will have a rogue guide. There's a certain level of rogue that can do this, and a certain spec that I will show in my next video, so stay tuned for that. I tend to do various guides for Warcraft, how to do farms and how to make gold. Here's some mithril. So going to go back to this ledge. Rock Grip should be doing his patrol. So one thing that I made was the scope for seeing where the bosses are, so we go to the long sight. Gives you an indication quick of where he is. It's quite handy. So I know there's a few guides where you can kill them, but I don't like ads coming. And I can kill them, but a lot of times you can get caught out and the ad will run ahead of the boss and then you can't really get DPS on the boss. You're out of range of the ad and the boss at the same time, so it can be really, really annoying. So there's a sweet spot where you can pull rock grip here. So I found that at 30 yards you can't reach him, but the spell you have to hit him with is 36. So if this spec, your 2 dots have a 36 yard range, but your immolate doesn't. So you can't hit him with immolate, but you can get him with Doom, your corruption. Sometimes if you're lucky you might be able to reach with immolate, but most times it's a miss. So a lot of guides show rock grip getting targeted at this point, but I've found that it actually pulls this ad, and it can be a bit random. So you always have to watch out for the patrols that are walking back and forth. It's very easy from when you're focusing on the boss to walk straight into this. So the way I do it is I let him rotate around here and patrol back underneath the bridge. I don't target him at this point for me to run off. I found when I was doing it at this point, even if all my spells bound, I was only getting 1 dot on him, and sometimes you still do. So I let him go under the bridge. There are a few different points. There's this part here, so you just go to the very edge. And yes, I have fell in a few times. But so we're going to get Doom on him. If you get Doom on, that's your main spell. Just spam it. And there's a little bug here, Harms. He's able to hit through the bridge, but there's nothing you can't handle. So there we've got 2 dots on. And immolate was instantly out of range. So what we're doing here, this tactic, going to kite him back up to Princess. He's going to run all the way back up the previous pathing that he took, round the bridge, and back up the top. So we're not going right to Princess. What we're going to do is go to one of the ledges just after Tinkerer, and we're going to reapply a second round of dots. So there's a part where you can line of sight him, and he still has to pass round. I found this is a very effective way to kill rock grip. I just wasn't happy with the way he was ignoring the Voidwalker and then going straight for myself. So there's Tinkerer. Watch the patrol. So you can see in my panel that Doom has expired. So that 3.2k damage is already applied to the boss. Yes, he isn't taking damage at this point, but that doesn't matter. You want to be able to control this fight. So here, you're going to the edge, and we'll just wait for rock grip to come up. Every time I did this, it was random. You would either get 1 or 2 of the ads, so just watch out for those patrols. So you get 1 or 2 ads in rock grip, and it was always random in what order. You'd either get an ad coming first or rock grip, but here, with this method, you're guaranteed just to get rock grip.
I'm afraid. range.
getting that curse on first, and then when he's in a bit closer, we put immolate,
It's still recharging.
Corruption.
I can't cast that yet.
and then there's a siphon life. So, boss is 4 dots running. This area was 10k health. So the Doom does about 3k, and the dots will burn him down. Okay, there's the corruption fell off. There's a little bit here where sometimes you can get a few dots on. So you just keep going,
I'm out of range.
turn
That
around.
spell isn't
Dot.
ready yet.
So here he's speeding up, use the pot. Pots are a lifesaver.
It's still
Maybe
recharging.
after this video the value will go up.
It's too far.
So he's at 20%. He's running out of steam.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Just reapply your dots. So no more Doom.
I need to get
So you
closer.
just we just get Curse of Agony. Time for an immolate.
I can't cast that yet.
Oh, missed the shard. That's okay. What do we get? There we go. There's an axe, 4 gold, 29.51. So that makes this an effective farm. 3 bosses. So folks, remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos and content in the future. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you soon.